Jack and Thomas were being held captive by kidnappers who were taking them to their hideout. However, Jack came up with an idea for escape when he touched the top of the vehicle. He took a coin out of his pocket and began turning a steel screw. His companion kept a watch on the driver, and when the guard turned around, they both quickly pretended to be asleep. Once the danger passed, Jack resumed his unfinished task. With the perfect coordination of the screw and the coin, it was quickly undone. Jack then handed the coin to his companion, who did the same with the next screw. Together, they applied pressure and opened the back panel, with the guards having no idea what was happening behind them. There was only one task left: to detach from the truck. Jack and Thomas applied pressure with their feet on the truck's cab windshield, causing the truck's load bed to slide back. Looking behind them, their hearts raced, but there was no other way. Jack pushed again, and the truck's back part quickly fell to the ground and began sliding. The guards moved forward without realizing that the prisoners had escaped. But now, there was another new danger: their handcuffs. They needed to escape as quickly as possible, because if the guards found out they had fled, death would be certain. After much thought, they came up with a plan and began slowly crossing the desert using the heavy truck bed. However, it was tiring, and their strength quickly began to diminish. As their thirst grew unbearable, they started falling off the truck bed. As they fell, their speed increased so much that the entire truck body spun 360 degrees in the air. Fortunately, they landed straight on the desert floor. After walking for a while, they suddenly spotted a wrecked World War II plane in the desert, surrounded by scattered machinery. A brilliant idea came to Jack. Using the wreckage of the plane and the desert winds, he managed to turn the broken plane into a makeshift boat. Now all they needed was to use the wind correctly to escape the desert. But then, their bad luck returned. The guards had learned of their escape and were now chasing them with an armed helicopter. In this dire situation, they had one choice: to quickly enter a spaceship-like object lying in the desert. As soon as they entered, their eyes widened in shock. This was no ordinary object. It was an old weapons storage warehouse built during World War II. Now, with all these weapons, they weren't afraid of the helicopter. Without wasting any time, they quickly aimed an old cannon outside and directed it at the helicopter.